That is 1 minute. Dr. Maxwell will start the clock on the gavel.
The meeting room will come to order. Is there any new business to be transacted at this time?
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 3.
I move to reconsider the motion that reads, I move that the Rushville Industry FFA chapter work with the Township Road Commissioner to coordinate a roadside cleanup day this summer.
Second. It's been properly moved and seconded to reconsider the motion that the Rushville Industry FFA chapter work with the Township Road Commissioner to coordinate a roadside cleanup day this summer. I'm going to remind you this is debatable. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. All in favor of this, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no.
No.
Motion fails.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 1.
I move that the Rushville Industry FFA chapter conduct a surplus hay drive in our community during the month of May, with the proceeds to be distributed to a drought-stricken FFA chapter in Kansas.
Second. It's been properly moved and seconded that the Rushville Industry FFA chapter conduct a surplus hay drive to our community during the month of May, with the proceeds to be distributed to a drought-stricken FFA chapter in Kansas. Let me remind you this is amendable, debatable, and requires a majority vote to pass. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chairman.
Floor member number 1.
I think this would be a great idea so we can help another chapter in need and help them get through this drought, so I urge you voting for this motion.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 2.
at this time, we're trying to get set up for Ag Day, so we're too busy at this time to be worrying about surplus hay drive, so I'm strongly against this motion.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 4.
I am strongly for this motion as I think that the drought-stricken FFA chapter could greatly use our support and we have the time to give them our support. Therefore, I urge you to vote for this motion.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 3.
like floor member number 4 said, we have plenty of time in the month of May. We're not doing anything, and this chapter can use it, so I encourage you guys to vote for this motion.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 5.
As floor member number 2 previously stated, we have more important business to attend to, so I urge everyone. I move to postpone this matter indefinitely.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to postpone this matter indefinitely. Let me remind you, this is not amendable, but is debatable. Is there any discussion?
Madam
Chairman.
Floor member number 5.
As floor member number 2 previously stated, we have more important business to attend to, so I urge everyone voting with me to kill off this motion.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 1.
I'm strongly against killing off this motion. I see no need. I think that this chapter in Kansas is very much in need, and we need to help them out, so I urge you voting against killing off this motion.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 2.
I'm strongly against this motion. We don't know how many farmers that might actually be able to help with this surplus of hay drive, so I'm strongly against this motion.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 4.
I am strongly against killing off this motion as we have plenty of time to complete this motion and I think it would be a great thing for us to do. Therefore, I urge you to vote against this motion.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 3.
I call for previous question.
Second. It's been properly moved and seconded for previous question. Let me remind you, this is a 2/3 vote. We will not proceed to vote on previous question. All in favor, please rise. Please be seated. All opposed, please rise. Please be seated. Motion passes. We will not proceed to vote on the postpone indefinitely. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no.
No.
Motion fails.
Division.
Division of assembly has been called. We will not proceed to vote on more accurate means. All in favor of the postpone indefinitely, please rise. Please be seated. All opposed, please rise. Please be seated. Motion fails.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 5.
I move to amend the main motion by striking out May and inserting June, so that if amended, the main motion will read that the Rushville Industry FFA chapter conduct a surplus hay drive in our community during the month of June, with the proceeds to be distributed to a drought-stricken FFA chapter in Kansas.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to amend the main motion by striking out May and inserting June. So if amended, the motion will read that the Rushville Industry FFA chapter conduct a surplus hay drive in our community during the month of June, with the proceeds to be distributed to a drought-stricken FFA chapter in Kansas. Let me remind you, this is amendable and debatable. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chairman.
Floor member number 5.
I feel that during the month of May, our local farmers may not know if they will have enough hay to donate, so we should push it off until June so that they can better see how much hay they have to donate. I urge everyone voting with me on this amendment.
Madam Chairman.
Floor member number 4.
I am strongly for this amendment as I believe that in June we will have more time to complete this as in May we do have our plant sale and a few other opportunities coming up. Therefore, I think this is a great amendment.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 3.
In the month of June, we will be out of school, so it will be hard to get FFA members to conduct a hay drive, so I encourage you guys to vote against this amendment.
Madam Chairman,
State your inquiry.
What is the vote required to pass an amendment?
The vote required to pass an amendment is a simple majority vote.
Thank you.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 2.
question of privilege.
State your question.
May I go to the bathroom?
No, you may not. Is there any more discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor of the amendment that reads that the Rushville Industry FFA chapter conduct a surplus hay drive in our community during the month of June, with the proceeds to be distributed to a drought-stricken FFA chapter in Kansas, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no.
No.
Motion passes.
Madam
Madam
Chairman,
Chairman,
Floor member number 1.
I call for previous discussion on all pending matters.
Second.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 1.
I move to withdraw my motion.
Are there any objections? The motion has been withdrawn.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 4.
I move to refer this matter to a committee of 5 appointed by the chair to report back at our May chapter meeting.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to refer this matter to a committee of 5 appointed by the chair to report back at our May chapter meeting. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chairman.
Floor member number 4.
I am strongly for this referral as I believe that the committee of 5 can further investigate how much the other FFA chapter needs our help and how much hay our community will have to donate to us. Therefore, I urge you to vote for this referral.
Madam Chairman.
Floor member number 3.
I see no reason to refer this to a committee of 5, as we are a perfect committee of 5 here, and we have the means to vote on this, so I encourage you guys to vote against this referral.
Madam Chairman.
Floor member number 1.
I'm strongly against this referral. I think this is a simple enough motion that we can figure this out ourselves, and we can figure it out amongst the committee we have here. So I urge you voting against this referral.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 2.
if we refer this matter to a committee, I believe they can further investigate how many farmers would be actually willing to donate their hay, because we've had struggles in the past with the hay shortages. So I'm strongly against this motion.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 5.
as floor member number 3 stated, we are perfectly capable of making a decision on this ourselves, so I urge you on voting against this referral.
Is there any more discussion on the referral?
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 2.
I move to limit debate to a maximum of 5 minutes per speaker.
Second. It's been properly moved and seconded to limit debate to a maximum of 5 minutes per speaker. Let me remind you, this requires a 2/3 vote. All in favor, please rise. Please be seated. All opposed, please rise. Please be seated. Motion fails. Is there any more discussion on the referral? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
No.
Motion fails.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 1.
I move to postpone this matter until our May chapter meeting.
Second.
It's been probably moved and seconded to postpone this matter until our May chapter meeting. I'm reminded this is amendable and debatable. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 1.
I think that we should postpone this matter because we have a lot going on this week with Ag Day and our plant sales, so I think we should push this off until another matter to discuss it better then.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 5.
I feel that it would be pointless for us to push this matter on further, as we should be able to make a decision on it now. We've discussed it for long enough. I urge you all in voting against this postponement.
Madam Chairman.
Floor member number 3.
Like former number 5 stated, we've gone on with this long enough, and we have the means to vote on this now, so I encourage you guys to vote against this postponement.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 2.
I believe we refer this matter, or not refer, I believe we postpone this matter to our May chapter meeting. We can see how many members would actually be willing to help out with this hay supplies and help the farmers to get it to Kansas.
Is there any more discussion on the postponement? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
No.
Motion fails. Is there any more discussion on the main motion?
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 3.
I move to lay this matter on the table.
Second. It's been properly moved and seconded to lay this matter on the table. We will now proceed to vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
No.
Motion fails.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 1.
I move to suspend the rules so we can raise our hand to be recognized instead of standing.
second.
It's been properly moved and seconded so that floor members can raise their hands to be recognized instead of standing. Let me remind you, this requires a 2/3 vote. All in favor, please rise. Please be seated. All opposed, please rise. Please be seated. Motion fails.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 2.
I move for a 5-minute recess.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded for a 5-minute recess. We'll now proceed to vote. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
No.
Motion fails. Is there any more discussion on the main motion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor of the motion that reads that the Rushville Industry FFA chapter conduct a surplus hay drive in our community during the month of June with the proceeds to be distributed to a drought-stricken FFA chapter in Kansas, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion passes.
Madam Chairman,
Floor member number 4.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Second. It's been properly moved and seconded to adjourn this meeting. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion passes. Meeting adjourned. Please rise for questioning.
We are going to get started with contestant 1.
Yes.
Here you had postpone definitely.
Yes.
What is the purpose of postpone definitely by special order?
Can you reset the question?
What is the purpose of postpone definitely by special order?
The purpose of postpone indefinitely, by special order is to postpone it to the next meeting or later on.
How long can a motion be postponed if an FFA chapter holds regular business meetings every week on the same day?
Can you reset the question?
How long can a motion be postponed if an FFA chapter holds regular business meetings every week on the same day?
If the FFA chapter holds the business meetings on every week of the same day, then it can only be postponed to the next coming meeting.
Number 2, you had limit debate.
Yep.
The motion to limit debate requires what vote to pass?
A 2/3 vote.
When is the limit debate considered exhausted?
After more than once.
Number 3, you had reconsider. The motion to reconsider can only be made by the member who voted with the prevailing side.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
The motion to reconsider can only be made by the member who voted with the prevailing side.
Yes.
Explain this.
So, the member has to be on the winning side of the motion that is being reconsidered.
There is a time limit on a motion to reconsider. What is that restriction?
The time limit on a reconsider is the next meeting.
Number 4, you had division of assembly.
Yes.
How soon can a division of assembly be made?
A division of assembly can be made after a vote.
When a division of the assembly is called, the chairperson is not obligated to take a counted vote. In large assemblies, how would the members demand a counted vote?
Can you restate the question?
When a division of the assembly is called, the chairperson is not obligated to take a counted vote. In large assemblies, how would the members demand a counted vote?
In a large assembly, the members would demand a counted vote by standing up and saying division.
Number 5, you had parliamentary inquiry. What is the purpose of a parliamentary inquiry?
The purpose of a parliamentary inquiry is for a floor member to request the chair's request, is to request what type of vote or any other thing related to the motion is going to be.
The chairman's response is not subject to an appeal on a parliamentary inquiry. Why not?
Since the chairman is running the assembly, the chairman's response should be a statement of fact.
And last but not least, Madam Chair, if you were instructed by a motion of the assembly to form a committee, who selects the chairman of that committee?
I would select the chairman of that committee.
The chairman is responsible for maintaining the proper decorum in a meeting. This includes expecting floor members to conduct themselves in a professional manner, demonstrating proper etiquette when debating a motion. Robert's Rules of Order establishes rules of decorum in debate. Name 2 of those rules.
A floor member cannot debate for more than 2 meetings for 10 minutes each meeting. And a member can only debate when they have the floor.
You guys are officially finished. Congratulations, good job. Leave your cards and your numbers here.